Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, as today we have a trade to announce, as we have Eric Staal going to the Montreal Canadiens for a 2021 third round pick, and also a fifth round pick is being sent to the Buffalo Sabres. Also in this deal, Eric Staal has his contract half retained, so now the Canadiens only have to have him cap hit wise at 1.625, which is an absolute steal of a deal for the Montreal Canadiens, first of all, because the fact is Montreal already has a ton of picks coming into this next draft. 2 seconds, 2 thirds still, a couple fourths, a couple fifths. So honestly, this was such a cheap deal for the Montreal Canadiens. This was an easy one to make. And this is a really good deal for the Montreal Canadiens, and I'm going to give this an easy W to the Montreal Canadiens right off the get-go, because of the fact they bring in someone who has veteran leadership and a very young center core that the Canadiens already have with Kakanami and Suzuki and Deneau. All guys that are under 30 years old, and most of their core is very young. I mean, their first line is all under 27. None of them that actually hit that prime, usually where you hit your prime in your career, right? Their other veteran leadership is Corey Perry, who has been doing very well for the Montreal Canadiens this year, but I think bringing in Eric Staal just brings in another big leadership guy, especially with right now Kakanami having COVID. You're able now to have Eric Staal kind of step into that third line position instead of either Jake Evans or whoever. You are now able to use Eric Staal, which I think is going to be a perfect player. He can play on the power play. He's great offensively. Now, he's not the greatest defensively, but that's not what they brought him in for. They brought him in for some extra offenses, which is really what the Canadiens need right now. They need that little bit more of a push, especially since they're starting to fall back down in the standings right now, where they used to be at the starting of the season. So I think this is an amazing deal for the Montreal Canadiens. They didn't give up too much. They got him half retained at that. And yes, he's only had 10 points this season in 32 games, but that's with the Buffalo Sabres. This has been a guy that scored 19 goals last season. This is a guy that has scored 42 goals not that long ago. So I think this is a great pickup for the Montreal Canadiens. And honestly, I am super excited to see him in a Canadiens uniform here in about 7 days when he has done his quarantine, which was an opportune time for the Montreal Canadiens to make this move. As you guys all know, the Canadian government made it so when players are coming from America over to Canada, they only have the quarantine for 7 days, which is amazing for a lot of these Canadian clubs, and it is amazing deal for the Montreal Canadiens. They're really going to get a good player in Eric Staal, and it's cheap, so great deal. And that's gonna end it here, guys. Tell me, guys, what you guys thought of the trade down in the comments section below. Make sure to slap that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. That'll be very much appreciated, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.